Hey, it's the Amelie Game. I'm Jason.
I'm Anna.
Where are we?
Paris.
Oh, here, let me adjust the background. You can maybe see us. There, look, see?
It's for real.
We're like around the block from the Amelie Cafe.
Right?
And so we thought it'd be fun to do the Amelie Game right in
From
Amelie's backyard.
Right.
So have you prepared any likes and dislikes for Paris?
They're in my head. Yeah, I got them.
Okay. Would you like to start so you don't forget?
Sure, they kind of go back and forth, like
Okay.
dislike. I guess I said this days ago, but the crudeness of Paris. I like it's
I like how crude it is.
yeah, well, we were in London and it's way more proper and clean, and Paris is just like dirty and slapdash and crazy and wild, and people are whoa. And I like that. I don't like how expensive it is. Oh my God, it is so expensive here.
Yeah. I guess along that line, I like how I feel like I'm in a movie set the whole time. It's like if you've ever been to like Disneyland or something where you're like in the French Quarter or whatever, and you see these walls, but it's everywhere
The whole
you
city.
go, the whole city. Because London burned down, so a lot of it is very modern.
Very modern.
But this is like the same stuff everywhere you go.
It's
and
amazing.
Really, really, really cool.
It is. It's amazing. And it's just overwhelming the amount of people who live here, because these buildings are full of apartments of people.
Although down the block, there's one building that clearly made it past the zoning board because it's like a 70s building.
70s. The 70s.
It's pretty funny.
Yep. Okay. I like Montmartre. The cobblestone streets, the hills, the little shops, and oh my gosh, there are cafes everywhere. And it's just a really neat vibe in Montmartre, and we went walking around it last night, and it's absolutely beautiful. Like these just curving streets that are going down a hill.
Graffiti.
Yeah.
There are a lot of artists right here.
There is a lot of graffiti everywhere in Paris. What I don't like about Montmartre is how loud it is at night. Because we have to close it's summer in Paris, and we have to close the windows to sleep, because there's this cafe culture that some of the restaurants don't even open until 7 o'clock. And you see people coming out at like 10 o'clock to have a cigarette, have something to eat, and have a drink. And so, especially the street that we're on is really loud at night. And so I'm too old for this. I like Montmartre. I'm just too old for it.
Yeah. On a different note, I like the big bus tours. So I thought I was gonna hate the big tour buses, right? So there's like at least 3 different companies, and it's like this mass-produced. You get on a bus, it's a double-decker, open on top, and it drives you around to all the big sites. But it's cool because you hop on and hop off. It's a great way to get around and actually go, because you don't really care how much you see every one of these sites. Like, some people really care about 1 or 2, and so you can get off at it. And then you have this commentary that you wouldn't have known unless you read a lot as you're going. Just the little facts and things that stick out in your mind. And then they give you a boat cruise at the same time. And I thought it's super convenient, and you get to see a whole lot just really quick. And then we went back and we investigated things that we wanted to see more. So I highly recommend them. As much of a tourist as you're going to feel if you go on something like that, I thought it was really cool. I'll show you a dislike.
Sure.
Finding food. It's hard to eat.
It is hard to eat here.
And it's not that it's gross food. It's just that it's
kind of gross food.
But it's also a lot of bread.
Yeah. No, I don't mind. The bakeries are fantastic. That we've had some amazing food. But the restaurants, we're having a hell of a time.
Well, true.
They're
finding calories.
Finding calories. It's hard to find just protein. I realize that there's cheese, but then I go by, there's a fromagerie down the street, and I'm like, I don't know what any of that cheese is. So,
because if it's moldy, it's delicious.
Right. So I didn't get bold with that, and we've kind of struck out a couple of times with dinner.
And if Amity doesn't eat, then my other dislike is Amity when she hasn't eaten, or she's tired.
And that's happened a lot on this trip, because it's funny, she's not a picky eater. Typically, I don't consider her a picky eater. At home, she'll try stuff and whatever. But here, when you give her something that seems like it's going to be familiar, but it tastes a little bit different, that's a no-go for her. So she's been like starving.
But she hasn't even eating like eggs like we normally make eggs. So I don't know. I think we're at the end of a 2-week international tour, and we're all
we're fried. We're very tired.
So anyway.
Okay. It's my turn.
Good.
Now I forget what it was.
Just whatever. You forgot what it was, or what your number was?
No, what my like and
Bring the Eiffel
dislike
Tower over.
were. I like being in Paris when France wins the semifinals
crazy.
for the World Cup. We were on a cruise in the Seine, and we kept hearing the whole city cheering
For goals.
For goals.
Yeah.
Well, there's only one goal, but
Or missed goals. But
yeah, or whatever they were cheering for, because we were on a cruise in the Seine, and we don't really care about soccer/football. But then, as we were on the river, the whole city exploded because France had won the semifinal match and was going to the finals of the World Cup, and people were in the streets and they were letting off like smoke bombs or something, and so then we're going under all the bridges, and people would be on the bridges just hollering at us.
It was funny. We were waiting for a train, and this guy, it was packed on both sides. This guy starts strolling down
metro.
one side, and the subway. The guy just starts strolling down, and they start singing the song, and then
Whole metro
everybody starts
exploded,
singing.
and the acoustics are amazing.
It was so funny.
Yeah, that was a really fun experience. And so it turned out, so our tour on the Seine, the port was at the Eiffel Tower, and we timed it so that we could see, go on the tour of the Seine in the evening, see Paris light up, and then come back and see the Eiffel Tower all lit up. And we saw that, and people were just crazy, especially down in that area, and they're driving back and forth on the bridge between the Eiffel Tower and Trocadero, and just like honking, and they're literally just going around in circles over the bridge over and over. And it's so loud down there, and it was really fun and celebratory, and then we find out the next day on the other side of the Eiffel Tower, where the Champ du Mars park is, there was a big showing of the game. So that's why it was really loud where we were.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah, we had no idea. I guess I said my like was being in Paris during the World Cup. I don't know what else a dislike is.
I don't know. I have a dislike.
Okay.
There are not enough mimes.
Yeah, didn't see any
I haven't seen
mimes.
one mime.
Not a mime.
Actually, stereotypes haven't really been.
Oh, I thought of my third dislike.
Because people always say everyone's rude. No one's really been rude to us, but most places that we go, everyone's like, we try and hammer, slaughter the language a little bit because we don't know what we're saying.
We give them a little French to start out with,
But
and then they know that we don't speak French.
They all know what
It's
we're.
funny. You
what
say
the game
bonjour,
is.
and they're like, parlez anglais? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like bonjour, table for 4. Okay, come over this way. But even like what were the other things? But like striped shirts. I have seen a lot of striped shirts though, actually, but not a lot of people wearing berets.
No.
Yeah. And the best one though was the lady just walking down the street, and like a bunch of women I've seen just holding a baguette, and just walking down the,
Seen a baguette,
just eating it.
as you do.
It was funny.
So we did that one of our
Yeah.
days in Paris. We just carried around 2 baguettes, and we all just munched on it.
Yeah.
And it was a bunch of bread. Okay, so my third dislike is how hard it is to find a public toilet in Paris. It is very difficult. I felt
Unless you go to the embassy.
Right, which is also known as Starbucks, because Starbucks won't turn anybody away. And right now, even if they're not drinking a drink, you can go use their toilet. Which, by the way, the toilets are disgusting.
I'm a gold
in
card
some of
member.
these
They'll let me in.
places. But the one actually in Saint Germain, the second Starbucks that we went to, that was fine. There was like one person in line for the toilet, and that was a nice area. In fact, if we go back to Paris, I want to stay in that area down by
Okay.
Jardin de Luxembourg. That was lovely.
Yeah.
So it's hard to find a toilet and it's really expensive, but that's definitely not a reason not to come. It was beautiful and
But
amazing.
there are Starbuckses and Chipotle's and Five Guys.
And the Chipotle was
McDonald's.
really good. And it's probably because I just wanted just some food that was familiar. It's
You know,
like,
I really
oh my
want.
God.
Elliot is so opposed to McDonald's, and so I thought, well, honey, just eat it in Paris, and then you can say, you only eat at McDonald's in Paris. But she wouldn't even do that. But I did because I had to have my Pulp Fiction lunch, the
Right.
Royale with cheese, which was actually pretty good. And they had little wedges of potatoes instead of fries. Well, you had fries, but you could also get those, which was good.
Yep.
But the Diet Coke was disgusting.
The Chipotle was delicious.
So
And we just drank water.
and the other,
Oh, we got charged $7 for that bottle of water yesterday, Bob.
really,
Yeah.
I knew it. Emily went up and ordered a bottle of water.
At the bar. And So
Yeah.
he came over and went to open
Yeah.
a bottle of water, and I was like, oh, shit. We're going to get charged for that. €7, which was actually more like $10.
Wow, it was good water though.
It was dumb.
Yeah.
But yeah. Tap water here is actually just fine.
And I just had one more like was that everything is the same but different.
In Paris.
Everything is the same everywhere, just a little slightly different.
Oh,
That's what I'm finding here.
okay.
Does that make sense?
No, I don't know what you mean by that.
Oh, they have things. We have things. They're kind of the same, but they're a little different. This is the Eiffel Tower.
I just discovered that food-wise, like,
It looks bigger when it's closer.
and yeah.
Anyway, that's the Amelie Game from Paris, and I'm
In
Jason.
Montmartre. I'm Anna.
Seacrest.